39,000 inbound.
So right now they'll be squawking hijack in 1 minute.
Сейчас они собираются самолет захватчик через how many minutes?
About 1 minute from now.
Через минуту.
Control, November 45 Alpha Charlie, go ahead, sir.
November 45 Alpha Charlie, Roger. Advise how many terrorists on board and what are their demands?
The exercise that we're in today is called Vigilant Eagle, and it's a cooperative exercise between NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, and Russia, in particular the Russian Federated Air Forces. The aircraft that we're on right now is simulating a Boeing 757 that we suspect has been hijacked, and the Alaskan region of the North American Aerospace Defense Command used its assets to intercept and monitor the aircraft. And we just saw 2 F-22s flying off our wings as part of the process of intercepting us and investigating us.
Control, November 45
On the
Alpha
Russian side of the exercise, we've been intercepted by 3 sets of fighters. Obviously, we had the handover point at the mid-Pacific, at the Basat point from our NORAD AWACS to the Russian mainstay, and then we were intercepted and escorted for about an hour and a half by 2 Su-27 flanker fighters, and then a MiG-31, and then after that 2 more Su-27s. And we've now exited Russian airspace, and we're on our way to our destination in the Far East, where we'll land, refuel, and we'll repeat the exercise on the way back in about 24 hours time.
He was always had the thought such a day would come when our 2 countries work together to work out our mutual actions, but he never thought it would be him actually sitting on the aircraft. He thought it would always be somebody from the higher command sitting here in his place.
Well, it's a watershed moment, you could almost argue. We spent decades in the Cold War as adversaries. So at this point in our relationships, we're moving from a period of confrontation to a period of cooperation. For example, if I had been told 25 years ago I'd be sitting on a U.S. registered airplane with a Russian colonel as my counterpart going over through Russian airspace on this exercise, I would have thought you were crazy. I think 9/11 has clearly revealed to us in the West in particular that we were vulnerable and we needed to close that vulnerability. By cooperating with the Russians and sharing information and they with us, we will decrease the incidence of air terrorism and the likelihood of air terrorism. And in the event of an example of air terrorism, we'll have greater partnership to be able to prosecute that threat.
Fencing 1220 checking in.